One of the many myths that the MAGA faithful cling to about Donald Trump is that he could make this country great again if only the government would get out of the way. That's the reason why all the fascist rhetoric does not bother them. They want the government out of the way. For the most part, we're talking about disenfranchised people who've been waiting for someone to come save them, and nobody has. They need a hero, and Trump promises them that he's a hero. When they think "Make America Great Again," they think economic security for all these hard-working white people who deserve it. The great irony here is that they do deserve economic security, but so does everyone else. Trump followers are, for the most part, the dimmest light bulbs in the batch. They believe they've been robbed of their economic security by Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and immigrants. And it doesn't matter how many times you tell them that immigrants are doing the low-wage jobs they refuse to do, they want to cling to their myths instead. But the biggest myth they keep swallowing is this myth that Trump knows how to get things done. He was, after all, that high-powered businessman who got to walk into an executive conference room and tell people, "You're fired." So let's just take a quick look at some of the things that Donald Trump was able to accomplish before coming to the White House. In 1989, Trump took over one of the most lucrative air routes in America, the Eastern Seaboard Shuttle, D.C. to New York and New York to Boston. So Trump launched the Trump Shuttle in 1989, then defaulted on his loans in 1990. That's only 1 year later, and went out of business by 1992. And every market expert said the same thing. He overpaid for his planes because he didn't know what he was doing. Then, of course, there was the famous and highly illegal Trump University, which started in 2005 and closed by 2011 because of all its fraudulent practices. And this is where the MAGA faithful are seriously deluded. Their hero bilked working class people out of their life savings or straddled them with enormous loans that they are incapable of paying back. That's why he was sued. I guess the MAGA minions figure that's working class people's fault for not being smart enough to realize that they were being conned by a con man, who is now their hero. Yeah, follow the bouncing ball on that one. Then, of course, there's Trump Vodka, which also ran from 2005 to 2011, followed by the infamous Trump Steaks, which lasted 2 months. But the favorite has got to be Trump Mortgage, which lasted a year before going under. I guess they didn't know much about real estate. Nothing, however, rivals the losses Trump racked up owning casinos. Yeah, you have to be a spectacular failure to lose money in the casino business, a business designed to literally put the odds in your favor. I said nothing rivals those losses, but then this is Donald Trump we're talking about, so never underestimate his ability to lose money when he's in charge and making the decisions. Trump's Truth Social lost $328 million in the first quarter. That's right, 1/4 of a year. Now, look, it's bad news when a business loses $328 million, but losing that much in only 3 months? That's a special kind of failure. That's a monumental failure. I wonder if that's why Trump thought he deserved to be on Mount Rushmore. Even more telling than the amount of money Truth Social lost is the amount of money it made. $770,500 in the first quarter. So the mighty Truth Social, which was going to bury Twitter, didn't even make $1 million in 1 quarter. And when you're bleeding hundreds of millions every quarter, making less than 1 million means you are going down, and going down hard, and going down fast. Not that Donald Trump is going to be harmed by this. The business moves made to transfer ownership of Truth Social and sell stock was just a scheme to give Trump the kind of capital he needed in that moment so that he could get a bond to cover his legal penalties. Again, a figure that was in the high $300 million range, $400 million with interest. Trump must have some fascination with losing $300 million a pop. The bottom line, or should I say, truth, about Truth Social was that it was always only a classic stock swindle. It used PR, high profile lackeys, and media attention to drive up the price of the stock despite one fundamental flaw. It lacks a solid and dependable revenue stream. People didn't flock to Truth Social for any reason but to support Trump. So fine, he sends out his screeds and the MAGA faithful lap it up, but where's the actual revenue from that? Once again, other people will lose a ton of money and Trump will move on to his next venture, which is hopefully leasing real estate at an exotic island called Rikers. And all of this because he got kicked off of Twitter. Well, at least Trump does not have to worry about destroying Twitter. Elon Musk can do that all by himself. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.